gonna have your headphones
we
on?
have it on camera.
Are you gonna have your headphones on the whole time?
Shouldn't I?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm left out
Okay.
because you forgot to
Do
bring
you
the
want
splitter.
one ear? We can share in the middle.
We could share with like the earbuds. Like this.
Like the cable in the middle.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take them on then if you're feeling left out and you're sad about it. That's okay.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's your fault. Now, do we know if the levels are okay?
Yeah, I checked.
Okay, nice. So for the first, cheers.
Cheers.
For the first
Welcome
time
back.
ever on the podcast, we're drinking, what are we drinking?
Iced water.
Perrier. So we're still looking for sponsors. So if you could hook us
That
up.
could be an option.
That could be a,
Water would be nice.
yeah,
Everyone
water.
needs water.
Everybody. And we have ice cubes. And it's fizzy water. So
Fizzy water. Fizzy bubbele.
anyways, always great intros.
Yeah.
So
We're not
might-
stopping that one.
Huh?
We're not stopping that
we're
one.
not stopping it. It's a train. We can't stop it. So I might be looking at my phone a little bit because we have notes. We're trying to structure this a little bit more because it's been going all over the place. But welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a minute.
Quite break.
Yeah, we've been lacking in terms of
Yeah, we took a little break, but we're back and
we came
maybe
back.
we can talk about what we have in mind.
What do you have in mind, Phil? So Phil, if for anyone who's not watching this on YouTube, first of all, that's a big mistake. Second of all, go and like it. And third of all, Phil has blonde hair today. He's going full.
For a limited amount of time.
He's
So
going
the short
full-
hair. Probably next episode we'll be back to dark.
It's not
again.
blonde, it's white, no?
It's ice blonde.
Shit.
So it's between blonde and white probably.
That looks good.
My grandma was really happy. She was like, "What? You got old?"
You go, oh, no, that looks good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I partner looked with my
Should
grandma.
I do it? Leave a comment. Maybe I'll
Maybe
do
we
it.
could do an episode where we do it on the episode. And we talk.
That would be nice.
We bleach your hair.
I've seen a couple of people rock that hairstyle recently.
It's pretty.
You're the best looking one by far. So yeah, what do we have? Because like we've been saying what we have in mind, like every sessions. I feel
Yeah,
like
but now this time. It's
this
for
time,
real.
because like there, yeah,
This time, we want to keep it up every week. Monday uploads every week. And we record once a month.
Yeah.
We meet once a month. We record 4 episodes. And then we have
so
next month.
hopefully we'll
of
be able
content.
to maintain that.
So yeah, you'll see. If next week there's no video, you know why.
Yeah.
No, we're really going to give this another shot. We had a little break and talked about it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's been.
I'm excited for that. What
I'm
about
really
you?
excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We have guests scheduled as well.
More guests, yeah. That's awesome. But we talked about like 3 times already.
We talked about it a lot of times, but like just like scheduling was really hard. But now it feels like we've put the dates down in our calendars and we have like a few guests lined up. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna sprinkle the episodes like here and there because we still want to do like the talking like together because like this is a lot of fun.
Gonna be a bit of both.
Yeah.
So what's up for today?
Today I was thinking about stuff we could discuss, and I think we've covered a lot of like the like more general topics. And something I wanted to like talk with you about is the seasonality of the work you get in a year, because as in like a lot of like industries, you don't get like steady work. I mean, some people most likely do, but like at least at my
Depends,
level,
yeah.
we don't get steady work, like flow of work throughout the year. There are seasons, there are periods where like up and downs, period downs where it gets really stressful. And today I think we just want to talk about this a little bit.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because I think like I want to preface and start this episode saying that like what we're going to talk about is really based on like the environment and like the country we live in, basically, because like the situation in your country might be different. I know that it's different in the UK.
There's also different reasons for seasonalities. I mean,
Yeah.
seasonality is based on the year, like the part of the year or the season, but then also just, economy.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it with coronavirus and everything.
Yeah, coronavirus.
There's some times that you just might not have as much work or much more work than usual, or
and
just
the writer's strike in the US right now, which is like
yeah.
putting a halt on a lot of productions. And I've discussed with a lot of like film people, DPs and whatnot that are in the States right now, and like work has been crazy slow because if you're in the, feature like short film world, then everything was basically put to a stop because of like.
But I think it went on now.
Yeah, I think
I
it
think
changed.
they found a agreement.
I think so, yeah. But like for the
That's what I
most
heard.
part of the year, it was really slow. So now we're not gonna talk about necessarily like the Hollywood production type of stuff, but more of like our level of productions, and we're just gonna discuss like how we lived, how we experienced this, what we do to like fight the anxiety during downtime,
Right.
and yeah. So yeah, I just have a few points I wanna talk about. So first of all, if you're like new in this industry, having ups and downs is everybody has that. Like I don't know anyone who doesn't have like some sort of seasonality, whether they're like graphic designers or producers or even like web designers and stuff. Like everybody has like some sort of seasonality, which can be explained by like external factors, but also your ability to take on work and stuff. And that's more than fine.
That to new people,
to everyone. But I think like if you have a little bit of experience, that this you kind of get used to it.
For people that are new,
no. Like it's everyone.
It's everyone.
Like the more senior DPs or like the more junior DPs probably have some sort of like seasonality, unless you're like in the top 1% and you basically have to say no to like a lot of jobs. But so I think the first thing I want to talk about is like how nerve-wracking it can be when you realize like the job kind of like slow down, and then you all of a sudden you realize you don't have any work lined up for like the next few months. And this is something I've really struggled with at first, and I think I still struggle with nowadays, just because like as a freelancer, or like even if you work for a production company, but like at the end of the day you need to pay the bills and you need to make money. So like doing passion projects and like non-paid projects is like you can't do that like forever. And I really feel like talking to other people and like being able to be talking openly about the amount of work you have and like you don't have, I think helps me a lot, because like this is how I realized that I'm not alone in this boat, and like everybody's on the same boat and everybody has like some sort of like ups and downs all the time. So I think one of the first thing that helped me is just talking with your peers. With you, like being with open, other people, being
honest, also
being honest,
not trying to be like, there's always work, and I'm always busy, and
because also I feel like with social media, and I think we've talked about it a lot on this podcast, like it always seems like everybody's working all the time, because everybody's either
posting something,
BTS stuff.
You're seeing someone on set every day,
all the
on
time,
your Instagram,
all the time.
Might not be the same person, but someone is always working.
Yeah.
Someone always has like a project that you wish you were on, or that you wish you could be part of. So it can happen every day.
Yeah.
And you can see it every day. But the point is that not everyone has it every day.
Yeah. And I think
that's hard to see, I think.
Yeah.
Even if when you tell yourself like, it's okay, because someday I might be on set and someone else might be like, oh, I wish I could be on this set right now, or oh, this guy has work, I don't. So it's a coming and going. Yeah,
exactly. And I think I realized that when I think I was talking to like a few people on Instagram, and then someone said, "Oh, you're always working," and I was like, "No,
I'm actually not." But it might look like this on Instagram.
It looks like this
because you might be posting on the day you shoot, and then 2 days later you might be posting, I don't know, like a video someone else posted of this same shoot.
Exactly.
And then you can post one shoot day 3 different days, and then people are like, oh shit, this guy is shooting every day.
Yeah. And I think also, as you mentioned, like you see me posting, but then you also see someone else, and there's always someone on set somewhere. And this is kind of like
nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking, because like you're in a situation in your mental, like in the mental space, like, oh, I have to get work, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe people don't want to hire me, and then you see all these people working, oh, they're probably better than me, and then it's a spiral down, like
it comes down to just comparing each other, no?
Yeah.
Comparing to others.
Yeah.
That's what it in the end is. If you're like, oh, this guy's on set, I'm not. Oh, this guy has work, I don't.
Yeah,
so
this is
the worst
the worst
thing.
thing.
To comparing, which you just basically just should never do. everyone does, though.
Everybody does.
You will never be able to completely shut this off, but
No.
I think you'll be able to, if you work on it, just be able to handle it and understand that it doesn't make sense. And I just had I mean, I don't want to go too deep into social media because it's another topic, but just quickly, I had a phase a few months back, I would think it was July, August this year, where I deleted social media for a whole, like, I think 6 or 7 weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And man, it was the best 7 weeks this year, I think.
Yeah.
The way I felt and the way I just went on about life, things I did. Like, I was reading books in the train. I haven't done this in a long time.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
I didn't know you could read, but that's cool.
I learned it. No, but that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I can only recommend that. But of course, that's not the long term. Chances are you're going to want and need social media.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, there's ways to work around. But that's another episode.
That's another topic. Yeah, I think like just the way I think I've like switched the way I use social media now. I think like I see it only as like a professional tool and not really like a leisure thing anymore. I think when Instagram first started, I was really like, oh, this is super cool. I want to share my life, whatever, stories and stuff.
Everyone did.
But then like now I just see it as like a professional tool that is there to like connect with other people. This is another topic we're going to talk about, but connect with other people, share my work, maybe reach out to potential clients and stuff. But then that's it. Like I don't post anything private, and I think you do the same. So I like this is I think a way to like that helps me also like take a step back and see the big picture when I'm like, okay, this is only professional. Like there is so much more to life than just work. So let's focus on like other stuff now. And
did we have an episode on social media?
We must have.
We must have. If we don't, there's definitely going to be one.
There's going to be one for sure.
So what kind of seasonality do you experience in your everyday
So I think
work?
like in Switzerland, and it's the case now. It was also the case when I was working. I had my marketing agency and all the other agencies I worked for in the past. Like they were basically all the same kind of seasonality. So if we look at now, we're in September, we're October right now. The end of the year is most of the time really packed with stuff. I think mostly because people like companies have to spend their budgets to be able to like renew the same budget next year. So I think end of the year is usually super packed, and we all have this deadline of like Christmas, like the holiday season basically. So everything is like cramped up between, I would say, mid to end September to mid December. Then January is almost like the hangover phase of like the 3 months you just spent. So it slows down drastically.
People are on vacation. Yeah. It's the new start. People are figuring out what the new year is going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of the time when we talk about budgets, like January is like not necessarily the time when like people spend a lot of money, because it's just like a slow period for everyone. As you said, everybody's on vacation and stuff. So January is kind of slow. Then February, it starts to pick up a little bit. March is usually, in Switzerland at least, most of the outdoor shoots, if it's not like a snowy or like fall vibe, most of them are scheduled between like beginning of April and like July.
Probably, yeah. The summer months.
The
summer months.
Yeah, there is a little bit of ups and downs in this like few month period, but most likely steady. And then again, the holiday season, but like the summer holidays like hit, and like mid-July to like mid-August, it's super slow. Because at least in Switzerland, like a lot of people take the last week of July, the first week of August off, and that means that people are not available for work there. And then the few weeks before and the few weeks after, a lot of people in their offices or companies are on vacation as well, because they try to like overlap. So it's super slow because like the people making decisions, validating budgets and stuff, they're not there. So this is a super slow period, and it starts to pick back up end of August, and then it peaks at like
until end of October, mid December also.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is like there are these two like big dips in like beginning of the year and like middle of the year. But then it really depends on the situation, of course. With
it really depends what kind of work you do and
exactly.
what kind of clients you work for.
Exactly.
I mean, a wedding videographer will tell you something completely different.
For sure. So this is So
that person has like.
We should have prefaced saying this is mostly for.
I mean, you're talking about you. That's okay.
Commercial and corporate.
It's not general. That's what you experience.
Exactly. And I'm not talking about like features because I don't shoot features. It's mostly corporate and commercial.
Ads, yeah.
But yeah, in Switzerland, the weather is so shit for like so many months of the year. So like all the outdoor shots, like shoots are scheduled like, April through mid-July, basically. Yeah. And this is also often a race because for like so many projects per year, I get to pitch like beginning of the year, like maybe end of January. And they're like, we really need to like have this campaign ready for summertime. Yeah. So you need to like circle back and like go, okay, when can we shoot? And like, if you need like leaves on trees and like beautiful weather and sunny, you probably have like 2 months to shoot in Switzerland. So everything is really compressed within like those dates. And this is sometimes stressful, but also a lot of fun because you're outdoor all the time. Yeah. And I think, and what about you? Like, is it similar? Yeah.
It's very similar. Yeah. I don't experience too much like the seasonality. I have the dip for sure in January. Yep. And the peak in mid-December or November, December. That absolutely. But I don't have really like the big dip in July, August. I don't know. I've never really experienced it. Mm-hmm. For me, it's more random. It's like, people might be calling you or they might not be. You might have jobs like all of a sudden. There's like 3 people in a day calling you. And then there's 3 weeks without a call. It's like, it's just, for me, it's more these random, I don't have this, which everybody experiences again, but in different extremes and in different times, but everybody has that. For me, it's more that, I experience more that than the actual seasons. Yeah. No.
And what do you think, because like this is crazy, you bring this up, because 3 people calling you the same week or the same day, like when you've had like a dry patch of like a few weeks. That's crazy. And do you think you know the reasons why this happens, or this is just random?
I think that's just life. I don't think there's really reasons. For me, it might sound funny. I'm gonna tell you this. For me, 90% of the time when I get these like three call days, mm-hmm. where like 3 people are calling me for like a project in one day, I feel like, I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it's every time I'm busy, I get more calls. It's like whenever I don't think about getting calls, it's like they come. And whenever I'm like, I don't know, have a dry period, I'm like, oh shit, I need some work, and what should I do? And then it's like, it's kind of going down. You're like getting in this spiral. You're like questioning yourself. And whenever you're working, like I might be on set like 3 days. On set, I almost never use my phone. Like I call back like after 3 days, because I'm not the guy then, like when I wrap at 7 o'clock and then I call all these numbers back, I like leave it and I call back when I have really time. Mm-hmm. And I might have like, I don't know how many messages like after these 3 days on a set. I don't know why. It's when I don't think about it,
crazy.
The thing comes. Might be me. I don't know if you experience that, but it's always very interesting. And that's why I think it makes sense to just stay busy. If you, like you said, if you don't have anything to do, don't bother yourself like wondering, oh, why is there no work? What should I do? Because there's going to be, and I noticed with myself, every time I think that, like, oh, where's the work? I don't enjoy the time kind of off and the kind of time, downtime where I can, I don't know, manage stuff. I can maybe do tests. I can do a passion project. I can do, I don't know, a quick project, whatever I want to do. And I don't enjoy that. I mostly don't do that then as a result. And when the work picks back up, I'm like, I should have enjoyed that more. Yeah. Because now I'm a month or 2 months fully like in again. I don't have any time for anything else. Why didn't I use these 3 weeks that I didn't do anything for like something fun or something I always wanted to do? Yeah. How do you and then the cycle repeats. So I'm trying to work on that. So it's terrible. There's nothing, just enjoy. Don't even think about it, because times is going to be, I mean, the past has shown work is going to come back up. But how did you spend the time that you didn't have work? Yeah. I think that's a really important thing.
How do you spend the time? that you have off? It doesn't have to be like off work, but like when
for
you
example,
don't have projects.
I now have a period that I don't have too much work.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm doing I just did a test yesterday. I'm building out my Canon FD set, and I'm really doing like some tests again. I did this before, but I thought, hey, I have time. I really want to test them again and figure out stuff, see how they behave in different situations. So I did this. Reworking my website, for example. That's always something you need to do. Updating my portfolio, working on a show reel. That's all stuff that you almost always can do. Yeah. And for me, it's that at the moment that I'm working on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think like
because I know the time is gonna come,
and you'd be like,
I don't have. Yeah. I wish I would have finished that website then. Yeah. I wish I would have cut this show reel then. Yeah. Because other times are gonna come.
Yeah, I think like when you're busy, like you tend to postpone a lot of stuff. Just like I had 1 week where between like projects where I had less things to do. So I worried a lot, obviously, because I worry a lot. And then I try to take this time to catch up with like some of the admin work I hadn't done. Like I hadn't filed my taxes for 2022 yet. So I'm like,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, this was due, I think, end of February, and now we're in October. So I just did this. And I think the reel and the website is something
that hits everyone. Right.
Yeah, that's it, because this is kind of annoying to do. It's not like it's nice to make reels and stuff, but I don't know. It's just like something you just always put on.
And it helps me treating this like a work day. Like I write this in my calendar. I don't know. Update October 13th. I need to update my. I want to edit my show reel.
Yeah, you have to.
And then you really treat it like a day. It's you go into work, you go into your office, wherever, home office, whatever you do, and sit down and you edit this and you treat it like a work day, whatever else you do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you actually, or for me it works, then I actually kind of get places with it and not just like, oh, I'll do it here and there. And as soon as something else comes up, oh, I don't do it. Yeah. And also, I mean, I think that's also a part of your job. I mean,
for sure.
You shouldn't even treat it as off time. It's work. It's just not work on set. It's work behind your business, your freelance, your person.
It's like the admin part of the business.
That's just as well part of the business. Every business has things that are not directly connected with what they make their money with, but they have to do, and you need to treat it as work.
Exactly.
Just as like, I mean, you have a studio now. You need to clean your studio. You need to, I don't know, organize it, label it. You need to figure out, do I still need this stuff? Maybe I can throw it away. I don't know, a thousand things.
Yeah, and I think this is, as you said, like you touched on one point, like this is not off time, but this is a different type of work. This is all the admin work that's you're not getting paid for, that you need to do in order to have a decent business. And I think another thing that I've been doing on like down periods is just trying to reach out to production companies and like potential clients and stuff, organize meetings, because you're much more available as well during these periods. So you can go grab coffee with someone or, just like send a reel, jump on a call and stuff. And I think this is also what's going to help you get back and get more work in the end, because you just like
in the long term,
I think.
Because when you're busy, you're not going to do these things. No. But these things that you're doing in your off time are going to help you for your next off time, because there might be a call
for sure
from something you actively, I don't know, seeked out and met up with someone.
But it's funny how our brains work, because as you said, it's part of a business. And if you go to like any businesses, there are positions within that business, for instance, like accountant or, secretary and stuff, that don't necessarily make money. Like they don't create stuff, but they're like vital parts of the business. 100%. And as freelancers or like small companies, like you need to do those things. But like when sometimes I feel like I'm too focused on billable hours. So like I need to like make sure to bill as many hours as possible of my time at work. Otherwise, it's just wasting time. But as you said, cleaning the studio, making sure...
It's not wasting time. It's just not as nice as if you're getting paid. But I think these are things that enable you to do your job and be able to bill hours because you're taking care of your studio.
For sure.
Because, you might have cleaned it up nicely, and that just might give you one more booking because they were like, oh shit, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And they will recommend it. Or
organizing stuff,
you might just be an hour faster prepping your gear the next shoot because you took so much care and you labeled everything and you cleaned it up. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
You charged it and whatever. So yeah, I think it's really seeing it as a part of your work and not just downtime. And
but also I think there is something that you mentioned earlier, but we really have to, I think, to finish this podcast on is, if you have downtime,
like we finished.
No, just this episode.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much.
No, just this episode. But when you have downtime, it's also okay if like you caught up with like all the shit you need to do to also take some free time completely time off.
Nice.
You know, like if for instance you want to go on like a long weekend, you can just leave on like Thursday afternoon instead of like Friday afternoon. You know, and like, just like try to enjoy this little bit of time you're gonna be dreaming of like in 2 months when you're shooting like 6 days a week.
And it also inspires you for another project, maybe for
sure.
a passion project, for something you might want to do. And if you're only sitting in your office and only working, then it's harder to get inspired. Yeah.
And I think this is an issue that we have as well, because what we do, we're also passionate about.
Yeah, that will always be a problem.
And this will always be a problem because like
conflict of interest.
Exactly, exactly. Because like if you were working in something you liked but like not loved, then it's much easier to like be like, okay, fuck this. Like let's take like 3 days off and stuff.
But I struggle with that, like seeing it as your professional work, and then as well you have passion projects that you actually see like more as a hobby because you're not getting paid and you're doing it kind of in downtime. But then for me, I like to kind of separate this, but at the same time it's not separated. It's part of everything. It's a mix of everything, because without the passion work you wouldn't be working in what you do, because you need passion work. You need to get inspired. You need to try out stuff. You need to learn and progress. And at the same time, it helps you kind of separate it. But then again, you can't really. For me, it's something I struggle with, because at first it was a mix. Like I think for everyone, it starts as a hobby. It becomes kind of you're getting paid, so it's a mix. Yeah. And at some point, you're like doing it professionally. Maybe you quit your day job and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this full time, and then it becomes a job. But then on the side, you're still doing free work. Maybe not free, but passion project where you're not getting paid. Yeah. And like then you need to separate it again, but at the same time, it's kind of mixed. And I struggle with that, because sometimes I want to separate it, and then again I'm like, why kind of make it harder than it is? I mean, it's just you're working.
Yeah, I think like to me,
how do you go about that?
I've almost completely stopped doing passion projects.
Why is that?
Just because I with like my family and stuff, like I really don't want to take more time doing like filmmaking stuff.
So you don't have the time. You would want to.
I wouldn't necessarily want to. No? If I had more time, maybe I would. Yeah. But like now, I think I've also been lucky enough to work over the past few years on like projects that were really cool and like where I could like really express my creativity and stuff. And this was fulfilling enough for me in terms of like the creative part of things. This is also why I like photography a lot. Like just like taking a camera and just shooting stuff like.
But on
my private thing, like not necessarily filming. When I first started, like I was taking a camera with me like everywhere, like with 2 or 3 lenses, filming everything, and because it was fun, I think, to document and stuff. But it also feels too much like work during free time. So like now, passion projects, unless it's something really cool and like with people that I really like working with, I usually don't do it. If it's to help someone else do their passion project. Maybe depending on the project, if it's a good friend of mine, like like if you have something to like, if you need someone on the set for like passion thing, I would come, because like to me like it's not like necessarily something that takes too much of my like mental space. Like
you're more like helping someone else. Helping. It's not like you're pulling the
it's 1 day, 1 or 2 days. I just come and I help you out, and then that's it. But I'm not like pushing something,
doing your own passion
doing my own thing. Because this is so time consuming as well. And
you don't miss that?
No, not really. Like I've done my fair share, and I think now in this position I'm in right now, Like I do cool shit for a living.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't want to sound arrogant or something like fool myself, but I just do cool things that I like. I do more boring
okay.
things.
I mean, you're happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it, and I think that fulfills me.
Everything
enough.
else is actually unimportant.
Yeah. So
as long as you're happy enough with the work you're getting, and that fulfills you.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And I think it's a nice balance, and I think it helped me a lot also separate the two things. Otherwise, I'm thinking about filmmaking every day, all the time, anyways. But like not doing stuff is helping me, like taking some downtime.
So you do separate it.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of. But it's hard. And if you talk to my girlfriend about this, like she'll say no. I don't separate anything. But but she's not wrong though, because like I think about it all the time, and that's funny because like we were talking.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, separating it and not thinking about it, it's two different things, I think.
But we also talked about this is maybe irrelevant for this conversation, but like we talked about like if all of a sudden someone would give us like $100K, what would we do? And like we're talking about this with her, no, with my girlfriend, okay. And she was thinking about all these cool ideas and stuff, and I was like, I would probably get
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I have virtually no needs more than what I have right now.
Yeah.
In my personal life, maybe more vacation and stuff, but my kids are so small, like we're not gonna go away, far away anyways. So the first thing was like, I might get like an Alexa. And she's like, she said like, so the only thing you care about is like you don't spend your money on anything else than like filmmaking, like work related stuff. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's kind of fucked up. So now I'm really into like cars. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but that's crazy.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't mind.
I don't mind.
You're like, you're good.
I don't mind. I think I'm kind of low maintenance in terms of like everyday life.
What vacation though? I mean,
vacation? Vacation I like.
Your kids are small, but
vacation is nice, but like I wouldn't necessarily do like a lot of stuff differently than what we do now.
Yeah.
Just because like we're not we don't want to fly planes, and like we just like drive around and do cool shit like this, and but maybe I have to think about like what I would do if somebody would give me like a lot of money.
Yeah. Other than an Alexa.
That would be
maybe
nice.
a small Alexa. And then
small Master Prime.
And then on the side, we'll do a little trip.
Yeah.
There's maybe an Alexa, and then there's room for one tank of gas. Yeah.
To go somewhere.
We can do one trip.
Yeah.
And an ice cream.
No. I think we can wrap this up.
Why not?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Thank you so much.
Good talking. I hope the audio is nice. I heard like last time we were breathing a lot. Like this.
Oh, ASMR is back.
ASMR. Oh. Where is that gimbal?
Why did you spend so much money on that Alexa?
Anamorphic.
Goodbye.
Nice.
Cut.